welcome to today's video, which is how I know that I'm flaring. So if you're new here, or if you just need a recap, I have SLE, which is systemic lupus, and I also have fibromyalgia. And with both of those illnesses, you go through periods of what they call remission, I guess. I don't necessarily like using that word because I think it kind of makes people think that it's gone in those periods, and it's not. And then you have periods of flaring, which is like when everything is worse, basically. But this is just how I know I'm flaring, and a couple of people asked me to do a couple more informative lupus videos rather than, like, I guess, my experience, just because it can help people who are looking to get diagnosed or newly diagnosed and are confused. It's so confusing. I totally get that. I was there. I went looking for videos and I didn't find much, so hopefully if you're looking for these answers of like, how the hell do I know if I'm flaring or not, because no one's told me, then this is just how I flare. But everyone is different, but my experience might help someone, so let's go. The first things are, I have more pain and more fatigue. I always say that my pain since I got ill hasn't ever gone below a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 is my best. I'm normally at a 6 or 7, and then when I'm flaring I hit 10s in terms of pain scales, like 10 being unbearable, can't move pain, and 0 being no pain at all. That's kind of where I sit, but I definitely feel a shoot up in pain and also fatigue. When I'm flaring, I need like double the sleep. I mean, I'm talking 14 hours a night every night, and then also like a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day, because I literally cannot stay awake. Like I can't. My body just needs to be shut down to heal and recover and rest, and yeah, so I need like double the sleep that I normally need. And I'm a person that needs a lot of sleep anyway, I think, in comparison to most people, but I definitely need like double the sleep when I'm flaring. Hair loss is a big one. I don't know if you can see, but I kind of lose my hair here and here a lot, and I'm constantly going through cycles of it growing back and then it falling out and it growing back, but also just at the back of my head. But when I'm flaring, it goes from like noticing a little bit of, oh, was that a bit of a bald patch, to I'm in the shower and full clumps of hair are just coming out of my head. It's alarming and disturbing, and when it first happened I found it all very shocking and confusing and upsetting, distressing, all of those things. And yeah, my hair loss gets very extreme when I'm flaring, and for the entire time that I flare, and then all of a sudden I'll have a couple of showers and I'll be like, oh, I'm not losing as much hair, or when I'm brushing it I'm not losing as much hair, and then that's when I'm coming out of the flare. My nails go crazy. They get so, I've got quite like, my nails have always peeled, like the layers of my nails have always peeled, which is odd, but that's just the way they are. But my nails get so brittle and they just break off and they look like they're dead, and they feel really rough to the touch as well, and they just don't, they're just not normal anyway, don't look normal, don't feel normal. And again, I'll all of a sudden be like, oh, my nails feel normal again, and that's when I realise I'm coming out of the flare. I am a lupus sufferer who gets the butterfly rash, which is like here, and it never goes. I always have it, but when I am in a flare it's really prominent. Like a lot of the time my boyfriend, actually, that's the first thing he'll notice, and he'll be like, are you feeling okay? And I'll be like, why? And he's like, your butterfly rash is like really prominent today. And I'll look and I'm like, Jesus, because it looks like sunburn or bruises, like goes purpley and red and crazy bumpy when I'm flaring, and that can often be an early sign of me going into a flare. Stiffness in my joints like all the time anyway, but it's literally like I've become the Tin Man when I'm on when I'm flaring. I get so stiff, it's like I literally can't move, and that also is painful. Like the stiffness is a different kind of pain, but I definitely get more stiff when I'm flaring. I get a rash on my entire body when I'm flaring. All through last summer I had it all up my legs. The sun and heat caused the rash almost instantly on me. That's like a real big indicator of go inside in the shade and hide. But when I'm flaring, even if it's not hot, I can get it all over my body. Sometimes it's just in small patches, or sometimes it'll be huge patches of my body, but yeah, I get a rash that's all over my body when I'm flaring. Really bad light sensitivity, which I have. Again, I have light sensitivity all the time in comparison to healthy people, but it's so bad when I'm flaring that even like the TV or my phone is too much. I have to have all the curtains in my room that I'm in like closed. It's just so it hurts my eyes, and then it's like I can't see. It's like everything just becomes like a blur of light and I can't see. It's really awful. I get real bad brain fog when I'm flaring. Like I can basically not put a sentence together. My boyfriend said it's like almost like when I've been really drunk in the past, like can't talk and I'm slurring words. He says it's like that when you're really bad. Like when I'm like bedridden from a flare, I can't string a sentence together. I can't, someone will say something to me or I'll read something and I'll need it repeated like 10 times to take it in. I just can't take it in. I definitely can't concentrate on anything. Like my concentration is terrible when I'm flaring. I get nausea and vomiting when I'm flaring. I throw up a lot of the time, even like water I can't hold down. And I just, yeah, feel incredibly sick constantly. More migraines and more headaches, like they last for a lot longer when I'm in a flare. I always say that air just feels like mud. Like moving is incredibly hard. It's like you're moving through thick cement. Even like lifting a drink to your mouth, it feels like you're lifting 10 bricks when you're in a flare. Air feels like mud. That's it for this video. I hope it helped someone. I don't mean it to be like all doom and gloom, like, oh, this is how awful it is when I flare. I mean, flares are awful, it needs to be said, but I don't want it to be like that. I want to make this video because there was a lot of times when I hadn't seen my doctors yet, but I knew that I had lupus, and I was going through so many fluctuations of like how ill and then a little bit better and then a lot worse, and I didn't know what was going on, and I looked up a lot of these type of things and I really couldn't find very much. So just if anyone is out there and they're like, wow, I have like 4 of those things, like, talk to your doctor about it. Make sure you check up on it. I will link the Lupus UK website below because they are incredibly helpful and have loads of information there that have helped me loads. And that's it. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna have dinner, and I'm gonna watch probably that Madeleine McCann documentary that's out. I hope you're having a lovely day. Please do like this video and subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you again soon. Bye.